Simone Fontecchio. So Simone Fontecchio, hopefully I said that correctly. He's from the same place my family is from in Italy, Pescara, Italy, right by the Adriatic Sea. Either way, Simone Fontecchio, hopefully, again, tell me down below if I'm saying it wrong. So he played for Baskonia, and he signed a 2-year deal with the Utah Jazz according to Eurodevotion. And his 3-year deal, which had an NBA exit clause that expires later in July, I believe it's July 20th or in the 20s, and looks like the Utah Jazz are bringing him over, and this is his first time coming over. Last season, Fontecchio averaged 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists in about 26 minutes a night for Baskonia, and the best year of his career. He shot 40% on threes. He made 49 out of 122 attempts, and he's a guy 6'8" with I saw measurements back in 2015 where he was measured at 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's now 6'8", so we're gonna say 6'8" with the I hit my Red Bull can. Shout out Red Bull, sponsor me. But allegedly, if he grew 2 inches height, I'm assuming his wingspan went from 6'9". If he was 6'6" in height with a 6'9" wingspan, now he's 6'8". I'm assuming he's 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. So hey, that's pretty cool. And he was rumored to go to the Lakers, but he ends up getting the Utah Jazz. And he's played for Bologna, Milano, Baskonia, and a few other teams, and Alba Berlin. Then he made the jump to the Spain league with Baskonia. And the thing is he went from the Italian league to the German league to the Spanish league, which literally he jumped. So I would say German and Italian league in Euro basketball is about same level. I would give the German league probably say is a little higher, and then the Spanish league is one of the top leagues in Europe, and he's been for the last 3 years a 40% three-point shooter. He's a guy who's going to be able to space the floor, and look, he's not a defensive guy, okay? If we're going to compare him to anybody, okay, if we're going to compare him to somebody, I think he's way more athletic than Nikola Mirotic and Danilo Gallinari. I think he's a lot more athletic than people give him credit, okay? For me, I think he has defensive potential, okay? And if you look at, this is a guy who in not lower levels, but in the Italian league, he was a guy who did average, had a few seasons of averaging a steal a night. So I think as a perimeter defender, yes, he can do it. He hasn't shown much shot blocking capability, but I think he can be a somewhat adequate perimeter defender, and I don't think that's a bad deal whatsoever. I think it's a smart move on their part, because if it's looking like they're blowing it up, this is a great guy to bring in as a young cat who you can develop for a bit, and it'll be fun. It'll be a great time, okay? They're getting a guy that's, in my opinion, okay, worst comes to worst, because he's 26 years old, okay? 26? Might be wrong right here. Simone, how old are you, baby? Yeah, 26. And play him for a year, play him half the season at the trade deadline, could get a first-round pick from a contending team. And that's the whole steal with it, okay? Is that you are assuming that somebody's going to come crawling and be like, here's a first-round pick for this guy because we've seen him play for half the season. And now we want to bring him onto a contending team because he's going to probably be on a cheap salary. Like, not super cheap, but in terms of cheap is like, okay, they're not going to be paying him hands over fist. It's probably going to be under $5 million. I don't see it being worth more than $5 million. It's not saying that he's worth less than $5 million. It's just saying usually European players, certainly ones that aren't MVPs or like Vasilija Micic. Like Vasilija Micic will be asking for at least $5 million a year because that's what he's making in Europe. I have no idea what Simone Fontecchio was, offered, but I do think this is a good pickup. It's a bargain pickup. Okay, it's a good move. It's not necessarily a long-term move, but it's a move that you can tell they did it with the thought of, okay, if he does ball out for us, we could profit, okay? And I think that's incredibly smart on their part. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Are you, Utah, are you excited for Simone Fontecchio, the man from Pescara? My grandmother's from there.